Mrs. Hillman, his car's still in the garage.
But he can't have gone out then.
You go in, I'll go on looking.
Mother, where the devil's Max? He was supposed to be over at 3.
You haven't seen him? I suppose after you quarreled with him this morning...
Why, something happened?
He's disappeared.
Eh? Oh, nonsense.
You think so? For Max to go off without letting anyone know? Come into the house, David. Please.
Mrs. Hillman! Mrs. Hillman!
What's happened, Mrs. Dowdall?
What is it?
The bridge! No, don't!
Doctor, Mrs. Dowdall, the Hillman's housekeeper. Hillman? Jewellers.
Oh, she sounds upset. Dr. Hardy here? Yes? Oh, I see. Yes, Mrs. Dowdall. Well, I'll come round as quickly as I can. Sandra, get the address book, would you? Mrs. Dowdall, have you informed the police yet? Yes, you should do that straight away. Right. Goodbye.
How close can we get by car?
Oh, no nearer than 500 or 600 yards.
It'll be dark in a couple of hours.
Yeah, the lads tell me they're having trouble getting the lighting through.
John, here you are.
Oh, thanks, darling.
You'll need this if you're going to spend the night in the open.
Darling, what is the matter?
One of my patients has drowned himself.
Drowned himself? Who?
I don't know, but look, that girl. How young was she?
Early 20s.
How deep was the body bedded?
Only a few inches.
Hard grown?
Fairly, quite a bit of undergrowth.
All right, come on, let's get going. Where was she found?
A couple of hours ago.
Yes, it was the doctor who told me to phone you. Oh, is that necessary so soon? I don't think the family will be up to making a statement yet. Yes, of course, I understand. Oh, very well, I'll expect him.
A cup of hot tea, I think, with a lot of sugar. Can you make it, Mrs. Dowdall? Go with her, Helen. Sit down, rest.
Yes, Mother.
Let's phone Dorothy.
Yes. Oh, your clothes, David. You must get out of those wet things.
Yes, Mother.
Ask Dorothy to bring you a change.
Mother, don't go back in there. You'll only upset yourself.
Upset, David? Why should I be upset to look at my Max? Max, my poor boy. Why should you do such a thing to me?
Doris is on her way. Mother?
David, look,
What's the matter?
he's cut his wrist.
Oh, no sugar.
Yes, this time you do.
I don't want any.
Now drink it. You'll feel better.
Mallorca. The holiday. We'll have to send the tickets back.
There is so much to do.
Yes. Today's Thursday. We must have the funeral tomorrow.
Ring the shul, David. There's not much time before Shabbos.
It's done. I asked Dorothy to phone them.
The family must be told.
I'll do it, don't worry. Why don't you go and rest?
Oh.
There. Go and rest.
My David.
Tried artificial respiration, but he was already dead when we got him out of the water.
Did you wash his face?
Mother did. There was mud, you see, from the bank.
Oh. Thank you.
Shouldn't we have done that?
Well, strictly speaking, no. He should have been left by the water.
Oh, I see. We didn't think. I mean, it seemed only right.
How is Mrs. Hillman taking this?
Helen? Oh, not too badly, really. She's in the kitchen.
Well, I think I'd better see her in a moment.
Oh, yes. Well, all right. I'll
Thank you.
How is she?
Well, at the moment, quiet.
We must get her to bed soon. No, you stay there. I'll see to her.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor, it's Sergeant.
David,
Yes, Mother?
did this doctor speak about the cut on the wrist?
No.
No. It was an accident. Yes. Must have been. Yes. An accident.
Have you any idea how he did that, Doctor? Oh, I see. You didn't touch it, I suppose?
No, I didn't. The body was here when I arrived.
Yes, they shouldn't have moved him.
I know, but it's understandable, isn't it?
Yes, it's not right, though. They shouldn't have moved him.
Well, I better go and see to his wife. Take one now. Where is old Mrs. Hillman?
Upstairs, I think.
Oh, I better see her next.
Come, Helen, your bed is ready. Oh, Dr. Hardy.
How are you, Mrs. Hillman?
I'm all right. I want to get Helen to bed.
Good, yes. Well, I've given her something to make her sleep. Come along, Mrs. Hillman. The old lady's taking it very well.
Poor love. It's only a year since her own husband died.
Yes. Now, you were there, Mrs. Dowdall, when Mr. Hillman was taken out of the water, weren't you?
I found him.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I screamed. The others came running. Mr. David jumped straight in and dragged him out.
It's not deep, then?
Oh, no, only a couple of feet.
Oh, I see.
Oh, there you are, Doctor. I'm not interrupting.
No, no.
I wondered if I might take your statement now, Mrs. Dowdall.
Oh, yes, I don't mind.
I don't want to trouble the family until they've calmed down a bit. I'm setting business suicide.
Suicide? Did you say suicide?
Why, it was you.
Me?
When you called up the station, you said Mr. Hillman's drowned himself.
Oh, but I didn't mean... Well, it was just a manner of speaking. I was confused.
Well, that's all right, Mrs. Dowdall. Don't worry about that now.
But Mr. Hillman didn't commit suicide. I mean, he wouldn't. Oh, you mustn't make people think that.
It'll all be sorted out at the inquest, Mrs. Dowdall.
By the way, Dr. Hardy, I heard Mr. David Hillman on the phone just now to a relative. He seemed to be implying that the funeral will be tomorrow.
Well, I think that's what they want.
Well, that's not going to be possible, is it? I mean, there'll have to be a post-mortem, Mrs. Dowdall.
Oh, yes, I'm afraid so.
I don't think the family realise that.
Well, I better warn them.
Well, why the rush in any case?
Well, it's usual, I think. They're Jewish, you see.
Oh. Well, still, if the PM can be arranged for tomorrow, one day wouldn't make that much difference. They can have the funeral the day after.
Oh, wait a minute. That'll be Saturday, the Sabbath.
That's why they're trying to arrange things quickly. They can't have the funeral tomorrow. They'll have to wait until after the Sabbath.
Uh-huh. I see.
Well, I'll get on to the coroner's office straight away. They're very understanding in cases like this.
David. Your suit. Where's Helen?
Mother's with her.
Mr. Hillman, could I use your telephone, please?
Yes, of course. I'd better get out of these wet things, I suppose.
Well, yes, perhaps he was a little depressed. There'd been a bit of a row over lunch.
A row? With whom exactly?
Mr. Max and his brother.
At lunch? I thought you said Mr. David Hillman arrived just before you found...
Yes, but he'd had lunch here and then went home. Mr. Max arranged to go over there at 3. That's why we were worried it was getting late.
What was that row about exactly?
I don't know. Business, I suppose.
Well, would it be possible for the post-mortem to be done sometime later today? No, I'm afraid not. No, my husband is with Inspector Fleming. A body in Sandalwood. Oh, well, if Dr. Jacobs is available, that's all right. Yes, that's very good of you, Mr. Cullis. Fine. Yes, I'll tell Mr. Hillman to collect the order from you personally. And thank you very much.
Sorry, I couldn't help overhearing. What's this I've got to collect?
It's the burial order.
Oh, yes. You have to give me a death certificate or something, don't you?
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that.
Why not? I mean, shall we go in here? We can talk. Is there some problem, Doctor?
It's just that in cases like this, there has to be a post-mortem and an inquest. But there's nothing to worry about.
I see.
Funeral is the problem, but I gather that you've already made some arrangements for that.
Yes, for tomorrow.
Thank you. Yes, well, that should still be all right. The coroner has agreed to issue the burial order first thing tomorrow morning. I'll give you the address so that you can go and collect it.
I see. Thank you.
And then the post-mortem should be sometime later today. They'll send someone for your brother.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Hello, Jack. Anything happened on the floor today?
Not really. George took 5% of that new tanker.
He's welcome. What's on your mind?
Yes.
Max Hillman.
My cousin, I just heard he's died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got to go up to Warwickshire tomorrow for the funeral.
And?
Well, this policy, we covered it ourselves.
I see. How much?
55,000.
Ah.
That's just the basic sum.
Ooh, there's a write-up.
Yes, accidental death.
So we could be paying double.
It's possible. 50,000 is a lot of money.
I see. You wrote this for estate duty.
Yes, his father died about a year ago. It's a jewelry business. They paid 100,000 in death duties, nearly broke them. I persuaded Max to do something about his own life.
One could almost wish that you hadn't.
You say that accidental death was possible. Just how possible?
It's been post-mortem.
Oh? And?
Well, nothing was actually said, but...
Suicide?
He drowned in 2 feet of water, and he was a good swimmer.
Tricky. Business and family don't always mix. Could be awkward for you. Would you like me to handle it?
No, I don't think so, Tom. It's kind of you, but I've got to go out there anyway, and it's best that somebody they know deals with it at this stage.
As you like. They're your family. They're also our clients. Yours and mine.
This ought to thaw you out.
Oh, thank you. Your thermos saved my life. You shouldn't have waited up.
Is it a bad night?
Well, I'll not talk about it.
John, Dr. Jacobs is doing the post-mortem on Max Hillman.
Who's Max Hillman?
That patient of mine who was drowned. Now, can you ask Jacobs for his findings?
Well, who wants to know?
A man called Maurice Bergman. He's the Hillman solicitor, and he telephoned me tonight. It's to do with the insurance.
Why the devil can't he wait? There'll be an inquest, surely.
Precisely, and it's most important that he should know.
No, I've got other things to do.
Darling, you'll be seeing Jacobs tomorrow anyway.
Joe, I'm on a murder case. I haven't got time to run errands.
It's something to do with the estate duty. And they need to know whether it was a natural or an accidental death, and I said I'd help.
Now, why don't you ring Jacobs yourself?
You know what he's like. Stickler for form.
Precisely.
Morris?
Hello, Jack. Bad business?
Yes, we must have a meeting soon. Have you got Max's will?
In my office. We'll wait till after the lawyer, then arrange a meeting with David. Where is he?
He's talking to Aunt Esther outside, I think. He's only just got back from the coroner.
It couldn't have been more helpful. Everything's been arranged. They'll be bringing him here soon.
My poor Max.
Mother, please don't upset yourself. Maybe you shouldn't come to the grounds.
I'll be all right.
Come and sit down. I think maybe Helen needs you.
Cause of death, strangulation. There's not much to go on.
What do you expect in a few hours?
I wasn't criticizing, Doctor, just commenting.
I might have something to tell you later today.
I see. So, nothing at the moment. No distinguishing marks?
No.
Well, I'll just press on with missing persons then.
You know best.
Even a glimmer. I mean, any sort of lead would be helpful. Well, if I can tear myself away, I'll get back to the routine donkey work.
The inspector thinks that action requires movement, Sandra. It doesn't.
Why didn't you tell him about the sacking?
But at the moment, all we have are a few fibres that might come from sacking. Let's wait and see if we can prove it.
Post. Sandra, if a Mr. Bergman should telephone, will you tell him that I'll ring him this afternoon?
Very well, Doctor.
Thank you.
Oh, Joe, you're Mr. Hillman.
Yes?
Well, I just happened to be speaking to Jacobs. Nothing very secret. His findings are that the cause of death was definitely not drowning.
Really? Then what?
A form of cardiac failure.
In other words, he doesn't know.
Yes.
Well. Thank you.
Are you surprised? The heart, I mean.
Yes, I am. Very.
Max, he was a prince. Like his father, Olaf Shalom.
Both of them in 1 year. It's a pity she had no children.
Something to live for, yes.
Well, Morris, I wish you was.
Leaving the firm, I didn't realize that.
Well, that was the idea, yes. Dorothy and I wanted to go to the States. Don't think it'll be possible now.
And Max was going to buy you out?
Well, he couldn't afford to. That was what the argument... That was the problem. Anyway, that's all over now. There's Helen and Mother to look after.
Yes, I think estate duty is going to be pretty heavy.
Thank goodness you arranged that policy. Without that, we'd be finished.
I see.
Morris will give you any papers you need.
Yes, I've already talked to him. David, you do realize all this could take time. Could be complications.
Oh?
There's going to be an inquest. It could affect the policy.
I didn't like to speak in there. There are too many people.
Yes, they'll be going soon.
Yes, it's always a trying time. People talking, wondering what not to say. Dorothy, as the family solicitor, I'd like to think that you'd tell me if there was something that...
What?
Did you realize, Dorothy, that Max was a very worried man? You know, he's very fond of his father, and his death moved him deeply. Then there were worries about the business, money, David wanting to leave. Yes, he was a worried man.
But that doesn't mean to say that he'd... Look, that very afternoon, David and Max were going to sign an agreement.
They weren't, you know.
What?
I advised Max against it.
David didn't tell me.
John, I've got Mr. Bergman coming this afternoon. Will you be able to spare the time to talk to him?
What about?
Well, he wants to discuss Max Hillman's death.
Look, Joe, I've told you what Dr. Jacobs said.
Darling, I'm worried.
Look, I'm engaged on a murder case. I'm not going to put it on one side for a wealthy family's insurance.
John, if you could just see him.
No time.
Good afternoon, Miss Hardy. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Inspector.
Oh, not too early, am I?
No, you couldn't have come at a better time.
Oh, good.
Now, my notes are not yet quite complete. I've got some more work to do on the time of death, but I'll read you what I've got. As a matter of fact, I've had rather a good day.
Well, I haven't done too badly myself.
Oh, huh? Good. Now, some fibres.
Fibres?
Yes. Fibres found in the hair. They're a form of jute used in the manufacture of sacking.
Ah, used to cover the body before he buried it?
Very possibly. But this particular sack previously contained grain. We found some wheat husks and in the clothing traces of bran.
A chicken farmer?
Well, it's a distinct possibility, yes.
About 5'10", 45 and going bald?
I fail to see the joke.
We pulled him in a couple of hours ago. He's as good as confessed. Old-fashioned donkey work can sometimes be quite rewarding.
Heart failure?
Yes.
So he didn't drown?
No, he didn't.
But do we yet know what happened? I mean, the circumstances.
Well, that will be for the inquest. I'm afraid I couldn't do more than get the simple cause of death for you.
No. No, I'm just wondering. Did he have the heart failure and then fall into the water?
It's possible.
Yes, but that cut on his wrist, you know, people might say that was a suicide attempt.
Well, that's possible too.
So many things are possible. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Wait for the inquest.
Yes. I'm afraid I can't help you more than that.
Dr. Hardy, please let me explain. You see, this is basically a family affair. Jack Colbourne, the insurance broker, is Max's cousin. Max's mother is my cousin. So you see, we are all involved personally, not just professionally.
Yes, I do appreciate that, Mr. Bergman.
Now, if, as you seem to suggest, we wait for the inquest, it might be that the family might wish to contest the decision of the underwriters. But on the other hand, if we could first assemble the facts by having what you might call a private inquiry, then we could, at the outset, reach some amicable agreement, perhaps even find fresh evidence.
Perhaps.
Of course, we would need expert advice. You see, at the moment, we don't even know if there's going to be disagreement. So at this stage, it's very difficult for us, and particularly for me as the family's legal advisor. To be quite honest, Dr. Hardy, I had hoped that this might be a case which would interest your husband.
I just don't know. He is very busy.
Yes, I'm sure he is, but would you ask him? Please, we would be most grateful.
So I had been of some use.
Oh, yes, of course. But the real kudos must go to the milkman. He hadn't reported a disappearance so promptly, we might have flapped about for weeks before establishing identity.
Well, to establish the time of death exactly, I'll have to get on to the entomological lab.
Oh, don't worry, Doctor. It's a perfectly straightforward case.
What? You won't be wanting all this, then?
No, you take your time. I'll get his confession all right, and after all, that's the important thing, isn't it?
Well, I'll show you out.
Thank you.
Oh, Fleming gone?
Yes.
That was quick, wasn't it? Oh, of course you don't know Mr. Bergman. Mr. Bergman, this is my husband, Dr. Hardy.
How do you do, Dr. Hardy?
How do you do?
Darling, could you put the stool just straight there
Yes.
for me so I can put the tea on it? That's right. Thank you. What a pity you're so busy.
Why?
Well, Mr. Bergman was hoping that you might be able to accept the Hillman case. Oh, don't worry. I told him there was very little chance. Do sit down, Mr. Bergman.
Thank you. Might you be interested?
In what?
In the Hillman case.
Oh, is there a case? Oh, I understood that somebody had cardiac failure of some sort and fell into the water. Nothing very complicated about that.
But did you realize that he had a cut on his wrist?
No.
Well, where does that fit in?
No, I didn't know that. Yes, she might very possibly have been attempting suicide.
Tea, John. Bergman.
Thank you, sir. Certainly keep the insurance lawyers busy talking for some time.
Oh, I can assure you we have no wish to evade the terms of the policy, thank you. We merely wish to establish the truth.
I appreciate that, Mr. Bergman. But would I be right in assuming that this insurance was taken out for the purposes of death duties?
Thank you, yes. You see, Max realized when his father died that any more death duties would finish the business completely, thank you.
Yeah.
And that as a safeguard he should insure his life for £50,000. But, well, money was short. He was only in his 40s and he thought he was perfectly fit.
His blood pressure was up a little, but nothing serious. As I say, he was reasonably fit for a man of his age.
So he compromised. He took out a policy for only £25,000, but paying £50,000 if he should die as a result of an accident.
Aha. Now, would I be further right in assuming that if it is not an accident...
That means the end of the family business. Of course, we realize that your findings could go against us, but that is a chance we are prepared to take to avoid litigation between the family and the insurance company.
Yes, you want an independent investigation?
Yes, by someone of your standing.
Well, when's the inquest?
We think at the end of this week.
Oh, well, I better start at once, hadn't I? Evidence has a habit of disappearing.
Disappearing?
The body. I should have been at the post-mortem.
Cardiac failure is a very loose term, medically speaking, Mr. Bergman.
Well, I get back onto Jacobs in the morning.
Do you think it's not been preying on my mind, Helen? Do you think I don't remember that the last time I saw him we had a row?
You wanted to destroy the business he'd given his life to.
Helen.
That's not true. And anyway, what about my life? Dorothy's quite right. We could do much better in America.
Dorothy says you can do better in America. So you believe her.
She is his wife, Helen.
With us, it was Max who made the decisions.
What matter who, so long as there is agreement?
Agreement on what? I know what Max felt about this affair. Because you wanted to go to America, you were going to foist a stranger on him to take your place. 5 generations now, a family business. And you wanted to end all that.
No, Helen, I asked him to think about it, that's all. Perhaps he could buy me out himself.
With what?
Well, maybe he could raise the money. I admit I suggested that an outsider might buy my share, but it wasn't settled. Nothing was settled.
What wasn't?
Nothing, Dorothy. It doesn't matter.
But it does matter. How can you...
Helen, please, not now.
What's all this? Secrets?
Don't be silly, Dorothy. Open her tape.
We've got a visitor.
The family are in the drawing room, Doctor. Oh, just a moment, sir.
It's all right.
Here's Dr. Hardy to see you.
What can we tell you, Doctor? Naturally, we'll help in any way possible.
Thank you.
Before we begin,
Yes, Mother?
I should like to speak to Dr. Hardy in private, if you don't mind, children.
But, Mother...
It's all right, David. I know what I'm doing.
But what can you have to say that we shouldn't hear?
Nothing, Helen, but some things are too close. No, it's for the best.
All right, Mother.
It's you I'm thinking of, my children. Shall we go into the study, Doctor?
More secrets. What secrets can she have?
Oh, I'm sure it's not that, Helen. She's thinking of you.
Is she? I wonder.
Well, of course. It's hard enough for any of us to talk about what happened, but for Helen...
What happened is in the past. We have to think of the future.
Dorothy.
Sometimes I wonder if you ever listen to what you're saying.
Poor Helen has suffered enough. I didn't not want to open old wounds, but I want to try and make you see what was on my poor Max's mind that day. It might help you to understand.
Mrs. Hillman, are you worried by the thought that your son...
Might have taken his own life? No, Doctor, I'm not worried. I know my children. I'm worried that other people might think it.
Yes, I can understand that.
Max was not happy that day. We had not long had the stone setting in memory of his father, God rest his soul.
The stone setting?
At the consecration of the grave. It was the anniversary of my husband's death. Max was very fond of his father, and it upset him. Then there was his business with David. They argued a little at lunch. See, Dorothy is very ambitious for my David, and she thought perhaps they could do better in America. People have more money for luxuries there, and jewelry is a luxury business, you understand.
Yes.
So David asked Max if he could sell his share of the business.
Max did not want this.
Max felt David should stay. Hillman's has always been a family business, and David has a son to carry on the name.
But Max had no children.
No. The one thing he wanted, he never had.
I wish you a long life.
Thank you.
Sergeant Grainger said he found some blood in the middle.
Yeah, marked here.
Oh, is this cold as this here? Not very safe, is it?
No. Old Mr. Hillman, Mr. Max's father, that is, he always said he'd put a proper bridge across. Never did, of course. Then he died.
Yeah.
Mr. Max reckoned he'd do it. Funny how some things never get done, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
So Mr. David was the last person to see his brother alive.
Yes, Mr. Max saw him to his car. No, wait a minute, I tell a lie. Mr. Max came past the kitchen. That was after Mr. David drove off.
Did you speak to him?
No, he only stayed a second. Just picked up a stick and went.
Stick?
A walking stick. We found it when we pulled him out. Suppose his ankle must have been playing up again.
Perhaps he wasn't feeling well.
No, he looked all right to me. And he wasn't thinking about suicide, neither.
Did Dr. Jacobs explain that cut on Max's wrist?
He may have done, Dr. Hardy didn't say.
So, what do you think the verdict will be at the inquest?
Well, it's very hard to say. Dr. Hardy may come up with some new evidence.
But what do you think, Morris?
I think natural death.
Natural death. That means the policy won't even cover the death duties.
I thought the penny would drop.
Does this mean we'll have to sell up, Morris?
Oh, of course it does, David.
Morris?
Well, it's always possible that Dr. Hardy may be able to prove an accident, but I'm doubtful.
Well, won't the bank help?
The bank still has a first charge on the business from your father's death.
There must be something we can do.
There is. Sell up. And don't look at me like that, David. I'm not the only one who thinks so. Ask Morris. If I know him, he's worked out figures already.
Well, I've gone into the position roughly, yes.
And what's the answer?
But you must understand that there are various factors. For example, you must find the right buyer.
Yes, but after everybody's been paid off, how much would David receive approximately?
Dorothy.
Well, we want to know where we stand. At least I do.
At a tentative guess, somewhere in the region of 30,000.
30,000. At the end of the business.
And Helen would get the same?
Yes.
Well, that's the answer, isn't it?
No.
What?
No, that's not the answer.
Well, I don't see how you can hope for more. Look, if we sell the house as well...
Look, we're not selling. We can't, not now.
Oh, talk sense, David. We can't afford not to.
And Helen and Mother? No. When Max was alive, he was the head of the family. They're my responsibility now.
Darling, haven't you done enough work for one day?
Ah, just finishing off my report for Fleming. Well, I'm glad you've been able to fix the time of that girl's death. For my own benefit. Not for Fleming's.
John, come to bed.
In a minute. You're Mr. Hillman. Any particular reason for him to use a walking stick?
No.
Well, Mr. Dowdall said his leg might have been playing him up.
Oh, rubbish. Sprained his ankle weeks ago. And if she hadn't said he drowned himself, nobody would have thought of suicide at all.
So, the inquest is on the 12th. Who's acting for us?
Captain Fraser.
Good. Then let's sit back and wait for the verdict.
A letter from my cousin Bergman, a personal letter, that is.
Off the record.
Not altogether, huh? They're still hoping to prove accidental death.
Who are they?
Well, the onus is on them to provide the proof. Let them convince us, if they can.
I know I brought it back. Must be here somewhere. Why do you want it?
Oh, I don't know, Mrs. Dowdall. He had an open penknife, his chain, cut his wrist. You tell me he had a walking stick?
Ah, here it is.
Oh, thank you. No, it's this. Look, here's another. So that accounts for the penknife. He was cutting the stick.
But why?
Well, I don't know. You can see there where the knife slipped. No. He must have been holding it like... That's right, like that. See?
So the cut on his wrist was an accident.
Possibly, but... What was he doing? Mrs. Dowdall, I'm going back to the stream. Mrs. Hillman, I think we know now how your son cut himself. Oh? Yes, you see, he was making notches in this stick to mark the levels of the mud and the water, and I think the knife accidentally slipped.
But he was taking measurement?
At the bridge.
Yes. Yes, he meant to rebuild it. Yes, his father always meant to. So that was what he was doing. Does this help?
Well, it takes us a little further to knowing what actually happened.
Dr. Hardy, do you believe Max's death was an accident or a heart attack?
Dr. Jacobs' finding was a form of cardiac failure.
So that rules out an accident?
Well, not necessarily. If he had the cardiac failure and then fell into the water, yes, that would be classed as natural death. But on the other hand, if he had an accident which made him fall into the water, then he had cardiac inhibition, oh, that would be classed as accidental death.
Is there no way of proving which happened first?
That's where the body was, just downstream of the bridge. But the current is quite slight, so there's no reason to suppose that he went in from the upstream side and floated under the planks.
Would it matter?
I really don't know.
I'm sorry, Doctor. But Sandra did say 5 minutes.
Look, can I call you later? I'm very busy.
I've got to establish the time of death.
Oh, I thought your donkey work was sufficient.
I thought so, too.
Well, you'll have my report in due course. Meanwhile, I'm very busy. Sandra, next slide, please.
Look, he's got an alibi now, chicken farmer. I must have a specific time stated. How much leeway was there? Can you say morning or afternoon?
Yes. Sandra, next slide.
Well? What are you looking for, anyway?
Look, the man was standing on that bridge. He cut his wrist. Next thing that happened, he was found in the water with heart failure. Now, what had happened in the meanwhile?
Probably tripped over something.
Sandra, give me the other slide again.
Just a second. Ready.
Right. Now on that first one again.
Found something?
Well, it's not very clear. Where are those prints? Give me my glasses, will you? Fool! Amateur!
Who?
Marker, the second-rate scientist.
What is?
To concentrate on one line of thought and not keep your eyes open. Sandra, I'm going back to the house.
Look, Doctor, this is urgent. I'm in court next week.
So is this. My inquest is this week.
But I must know now.
All right, then come along with me. Sandra, give me the inspector's file. There you are. Read that in the car. You're driving. I was standing on the bridge and it was staring me in the face. The bolt is undoubtedly protruding above the surface of the planking.
Yes, I can see it quite clearly. I will accept that this represents the condition of the bridge at the time he took the photograph, but I'm yet to be convinced that the same condition prevailed at the time of Mr. Hillman's death. Or indeed, that the bolt was a contributory factor.
Well, I hope to be able to convince you, Mr. Caldicott, as well as the coroner.
Well, I'm sure you do, Dr. Hardy.
Well, no doubt you will wish to test my evidence at the locus, but in the meantime I've made a rough model. I must apologize for its being so crude, but I had little time. Now, I should explain that the underside of the cross member is somewhat spongy, rotten, whereas the planks are quite springy. Now, if weight is placed here in the center, because the wood here is spongy, the bolt is able to rise in the cross member and is left protruding when the weight is transferred from the center.
Yes, it's an interesting theory, but you still haven't shown how it relates to the death of Max Hillman.
Right.
Hillman's?
Yes, indeed. Now, you will notice there's a certain scuffing marking there on the toe of the shoe. And that could have been caused by its striking against the bolt.
Could have been.
I entirely agree. It could very well have been caused by something else. But there are traces of black boot polish on the bolt. And here is a scraping of leather, which I removed from the bolt, which is similar in all general and particular characteristics to a further scraping of leather, which I made from that shoe.
I see. So it is more than just theory.
In my opinion, yes.
You thought it might be. Go on.
Well, of course, what actually happened is theory. But I think it is safe for us to assume that Mr. Hillman was, in fact, standing here when he cut the second notch on the stick, as the marks of blood show on the planking. Now, I suggest that what happened was that he made his way back towards the house in order to have the wound attended to, and it was at that moment that his shoe caught on the bolt, and he accidentally went into the water, and this accident brought on a vasovagal inhibition.
Well, what's that?
A vasovagal inhibition, in this case, the shock of the sudden inhalation of cold water caused the vagus, that is the 10th cranial nerve, to slow down the action of the heart to a standstill.
Well, Jack. I think we could all do with a drink.
Good idea. I don't know what we'd have done without you, Doctor.
Oh, don't you? Well, you won't be going to America now, will you?
I see what you mean.
think you deserve a whiskey.
I'm glad we didn't have to go to law over this.
Much the best way. Just a quiet family affair.